Hey guys, Kathy Renee here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you joining me for the very first time, my name is Kathy Renee and welcome to the show. Alright, so today is Friday, December the 11th. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. Maybe I should make it a thing, I don't know. But anyways, let's get straight to the point. We're going to be reviewing the Morphe Brushes Sunset Beats palette, the 18S palette. And at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a tutorial on this look that I just recently created here. Well, I didn't really recently create it. I practiced it and then I filmed it. But anyways, enough about me rambling on. Enjoy the show. Alright, so we're going to be going in with the Morphe Brushes Sunset Beats palette. We're going to be going in with Orange Sky right over here. And the brush that I'm using is a Morphe E27 brush. Alright, so I dipped the brush into the palette. I lightly dusted it off. And above like your eyelid, above the crease, above your eyelid. It's hard for me to talk because I have hooded lids. But I'm going to go ahead and just start doing our windshield wiper motion technique over here. It's super soft. I know it's high. But we're just going to be building our transition color. And it's going to form into a beautiful gradient. And I did dip the brush into the palette. I did dust it off. And we're just building our color little by little. Hopefully you guys can see that. I dipped the brush back into the palette. I'm not dusting it off this time. And I'm just going to be dragging it across my eye like you guys did see earlier. Nothing special, nothing different. We're just spreading the color, evening it out. And I'm just doing the little circular motion right now to blend it all out. So we can get that really pretty gradient. And I apologize on my nose, like I feel like I'm getting congested. But that's okay. I'll drink ginger tea later. I dipped the brush back into the palette. I did not dust it off, and then I dipped it a little harder so that way we can just build her up here because I'm feeling a little confident today. But yeah, I just drag it across her eye and do a little circular motion as well. All this blending is making me sweat. I'm just kidding. Maybe it is, I don't know. I am wearing sweatpants under here. I didn't want to get cold. But did you guys feel like that sometimes? Like, you wear stuff that you want to get comfy, right? But then, like, after, like, 10 seconds, it gets really hot. But then your body gets, like, super cold. I don't get it. So we're just blending here. I'm just trying to get a super good angle so that way my camera here doesn't get freaking dark like it usually does. Alright, so next color that we're going in with is Scarlet Blaze right over here. And the brush that I'm using is the Morphe M456 brush. So I dipped the brush into the palette. I did dust it off. And this is where you have to be super patient. Above the lid, but not too high up. This is why we're going to use a smaller brush. We're just going to kind of do it like where your eyelid meets. Like where your eyelid and your where the eyelid and the crease meets is what I meant to say. Or what I'm trying to say. Back and forth, windshield wiper motions. Okay, and it's okay if it's gonna look like super rough because we're gonna be blending it out anyway, and we're gonna be cutting the crease. Just be super patient with this. And let's say if you don't cut the crease, you can always add another color on here as well and blend it out really pretty. So just take your time. This is where I advise you to be super careful. Because I went a little harsh on the right eye, but that's fine because that's fine, and I kind of don't care because I'm cutting it anyway. Just take your time. I dipped the brush back into the palette. I did dust it off, and the mistake that I made was on my right eye was as I was doing like the windshield wiper motion back and forth without doing the circular motion. And since this Scarlet Haze color has a hint of red of it, red is really hard to blend. Okay, and since it's part of the red family, that's the result. It went a little harsh, and it was my fault as well because I went ham. Just take your time, just do little circles. And it's okay if these mistakes happen because mistakes happen all the time, you guys. But just end up rocking it, you know? So have you guys gone holiday shopping? Because I haven't. So, alright, so I'm just blending little circles. And you see how you can still see like the orange part of it? That's what, that is my goal there. And I hope that you guys achieve that goal as well. If you guys haven't, that's perfectly fine. Just keep blending. Alright, so I'm going back in with Scarlet Haze one more time. I'm not gonna do the windshield wiper motion this time. What I'm going to do is just little circles. I want to keep that gradient, and I also want to keep that transition color that we're going. So about Christmas shopping, I haven't even started Christmas shopping. I mean, I have, like I was shopping for my little brother. I got him a few toys. I just need to wrap them. And then I had to get some toys for like my cats and my dog. Alright, next color that we're gonna go in with is this color over here, After Dusk. The brush that I'm using is a Morphe M433 brush. Okay, so since we're gonna be packing it on the outer corner of the lid, so what I suggest you do, if you have like tape, make sure you press it down. I'm gonna be packing it on right now, okay? And then I'm gonna be doing little circles. You can use any technique here. Doesn't matter, is whatever is comfortable for you. Blend your heart out. Make sure it looks pretty, make sure it looks good. It doesn't matter if it's like uneven or if it goes on the actual lid, because we're gonna be blending her out anyways. And I hope that you guys can see this. I did the brush back into the palette. I did not dust it off. I'm gonna go in again at the outer corner of the lid and just unpacking her on here, and then I'm just blending her as well because I just want it. I'm blending like along the crease, a little bit on the crease area. I still want to create that gradient so that when we pull off the tape, or like if you guys are not doing it with this with tape, when you guys clean it up, you're gonna see like that beautiful like gradient like going like from dark to light. It's really pretty, almost like a sunset, you know, like a sunset, like a sunset has like these like colors going like all over the place. You don't know where the colors start, you don't know where it ends, you don't know how it continues, but it just like blends into like these colors so effortlessly like that. And it's okay if it's uneven because we're gonna be taking our time with this, and we're gonna take our time to blend as well. So just make sure it's even with the other eye, because that's what I am doing right now. Alright, so I'm pretty much done doing the outer corner. What I'm gonna do right now is just blend everything. I'm gonna cut the crease and then we're gonna continue on, so stay tuned. Alright, so next color that we're going in with is Solar Flare right over here. And the brush that I'm using is a Morphe M522 brush. Alright, so I dipped the brush into the palette. I did not dust it off. And if you guys did the cut crease, make sure where it creases you kind of blended it out, because this is kind of a matte shade, and if you do it without, I guess, smoothing out that crease from the wet cut crease, it will show up. So I just want to advise you guys on that, and I just did that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just packing her in there and just keep packing, you guys. And then be careful with the crease area, because right now I'm just lifting like or raising my brows so that way I can get in that crease area. If you want to go all the way to the middle, go ahead, because that's what I'm doing, just so I can create that gradient for that other shade. I dipped the brush back into the palette. I did not dust it off, and I'm just doing the same thing, just packing her on there. And you're just gonna keep packing. Keep packing on your eye, but also please be gentle to your eye as well. And what's really pretty is it has like a glitter flex in it, so it makes it extra pretty. Just take your time with this, you guys. And then I'm going like a little bit over like the middle, so that way when I already put the other color on here for the inner corner of the lid, it'll automatically create a beautiful gradient. So just take your time. Let me see if you guys can see this angle. And it's okay if it's not perfect, because remember, we are gonna be going back in and blending everything out anyways. Next color that we're going to be going in with is Spectacle right over here. And the brush that I'm using is the Morphe M522 brush. So I dipped the brush into the palette. I did not dust it off. And what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is just pack in this inner corner now where the crease is. And then hooded eye problems. If you want to go ahead and lift your brow so that we can get in that crease area, go on right ahead. And just take your time with this, you guys. It's okay if it's uneven, because let me tell you, we're gonna be blending everything out anyway. But just take your time, like with this crease area over here. Take your time, like no rush. I do it because it's faster for me. Like if you guys have like a mirror handy and you don't want to raise your eyebrow, just like gently pull like your forehead area up here, like gently pull it so that we can get in that way you can get all up in that nook and cranny. Okay, so now that I'm done packing everything in on my lids, I'm gonna continue blending, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner off camera, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what lashes I'm gonna go ahead and use, so stay tuned. Alright, so pardon the hair because I never know what the hell to do with it. So I'm back for the liner. I went a little too ham on it. I didn't want it this thick. I'm a little mad at myself, but that's okay. You know what, we're gonna move on. The liner that I use is from NYX Epic Ink Liner in black, as you can see over here. This is how it looks like, so it looks a little too thick for me, but that's okay. And to cover the thickness of the eyeliner, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of hide it with the Lily Lashes with the Style Chicago. Hopefully it'll make a difference. I'm not sure, but I will show you guys. Also on top of that, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face, and then we're gonna catch up on the rest of the eyes, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're back from doing our full face. We're gonna go ahead and continuing on. Alright, so we're gonna go back into the palette. We're gonna go back in with Orange Sky and Sunset View. The brush that I'm going to be using is the Morphe E36 brush. Okay, so I did the brush into the palette. I did not dust it off. So what I'm gonna do at this angle here, so you guys can see, just pack it onto the bottom of the lid, and gently we're just gonna be blending it out. So be super careful. So just so you guys know, I got tested for COVID today. They had to do like the swab like inside the mouth, and let me tell you, like I feel like the guy took a long time. He was gentle, but he took a while. But I understand they have to get that sample in there. And dude, I freaking gagged. It was quite embarrassing. But whatever. I mean, they had to get my freaking sample one way or the other. I've had like other COVID tests before this one. I did the nasal part. And let me tell you, it freaking hurt, man. And at the same time, it made like my eyes like water. Like the nurse went through this nostril, and like this whole eye was like all watery. It was kind of funny. And I mean, it cleared up my sinuses. Like I was like sneezing the whole time. I had a runny nose, but I could smell. So I mean, it was pretty bad because it hurt, but it wasn't that bad because at least I had a good outcome out of it. All right, so we are pretty much done with everything. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair off camera and complete everything. So I'll be right back, and stay tuned. So I finally did something with my hairs. So this is my final form. So I put so much oil in my hair that it looks really flat. But anyways, that is not the point. So we're gonna go ahead and review the Sunset Beats 18S palette. So this is how she looks like. That's me in the mirror. You definitely have some sunset tones. You have certain shimmers, and you have a bright shade, which is what we used. Overall, I do like the color story. Like you can go from light to dark with a pop of color, with just a shimmer. And of course, as you guys know, prior to filming the video, I went ahead and tested out the palette with the rest of the colors as well. And just so you know, all of these colors blend really nicely, really beautifully. They're really pigmented, and also they're really buttery and really creamy. On top of that, what I love about the shimmers is the shimmer color is what you're gonna get. It doesn't fade away. There's some matte shades in here that look like they're matte, but they're not. But they have specks of glitter in it, and I really love that, and I really enjoy that. So this palette is a yes for me. And it took me a while to get this palette because, of course, if you guys know me, I usually wait for a discount or a sale or whatever they have going on. So sign up for the Morphe brushes email list. They usually have some type of sale going on. Well, that's the end of that review of that palette. Go get your hands on it and play around with it. They're really pretty colors, and I like that it's versatile as well because it looks pretty good with my type of skin tone, even when I'm really pale, or I feel like it's gonna look great when I have a little bit of a tan. Anyway, this is the end of the tutorial as well. I'm gonna look down now so that way you guys can appreciate it. I hope you guys learned something today. Let me know if you guys do this look. I definitely want to see your guys's creation. But yeah, I'm gonna still use this palette. I like that it has a mirror on it. Alright, so this is the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for waiting until the end. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Also, I want to give a big shout out to all of my subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. I really adore each and every one of you. And if you guys haven't already, please share with your friends. Please share with your family. Give this a like. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't done so already. So yeah, this is the end of the show. I'll see you guys in the next show. Goodbye.